What is going on, everybody? The shop's at Legacy Noob here, trying to not get diced up on these blind corners. Thought I'd begin the vlog in a different spot today than I normally do. Oh, that'd be a bad idea, wouldn't it? That'd be a bad idea coming around how I'm going, isn't it? So today, I wanted to have a chat about leader bikes. One thing I didn't want to do is make the video that everyone else has made, which is, oh, why leader bikes are useless, or, oh, why leader bikes aren't useless, because I definitely don't think they're useless. I think leader bikes have a time and a place in the world. I'm not exactly sure where that is, but there's a time and a place for them. This is tickling my stash. Just kidding, I know the time and the place. It's for people who have only ever ridden 600s, and they want that more power, and it makes sense. Leader bikes are awesome. They're super torquey, they're really fast, and they have all kinds of electronics. And the other obvious place for leader bikes is the track, of course, unless you're on a small track like the ones we have around here in DFW. Crescent's pretty small, Eagles Canyon's Raceway is pretty small. The only big track we have is COTA, Circuit of the Americas down in Austin. I mean, here's the thing, like, you can, like, they're definitely, I don't know, there's pros and cons. I guess what I wanted to talk about is why I'm not sure if I'm ever going to get a leader bike. I am more than happy with my 675, as all of you know, which, by the way, I know this is the second vlog in a row that I'm on the FZ, but I have been riding the 675. I rode it yesterday, actually. I'm kind of gotten to the point where I prefer vlogging on the FZ. It's a little easier just to kind of like, it's just a more relaxed bike to just sit on and vlog and have a nice time, you know? This thing needs a new clutch bad, though. All those shitty wheelies that I've been doing with it. But yeah, I think the thing is, like, I'm really happy with my middleweight. I'm not sure if a leader bike makes sense for me, because I want to go to the track and, like, really exploit my machine, you know? I want to reach the ragged limits of my 675, and I want to really push it as hard as I can. And, you know, I've seen plenty of track day footage. Basically, the only place that a leader bike would leave the 675 is, you know, on the straights where it has 50 to 60 more horsepower. And that makes sense, obviously, you know? I mean, people think I'm really crazy, but I've ridden a lot of leader bikes now, and I've actually even ridden leader bikes, you know, in twisty, proper mountain roads when I was down in Australia. I really do prefer just more, okay, bruh, Mr. Aggressive. Why are you so... So yeah, people think I'm really crazy, but I do kind of prefer lightweight, middleweight bikes as opposed to, you know, giant, big power, beefier leader bikes. I know a lot of people think that's weird, but I genuinely do. And so, even in a track day application, I'm not sure I'd really want a leader bike. I don't know, this might be one of those videos I make where a year from now, you'll see me out at the track with an R1 or an RSV4, and I'm like, guys, I was so wrong, haha. It's a common theme among Yammie videos, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever really need one, honestly. I like my 675. I like my FZ09. The FZ09 has, like, leader bike-esque torque in the mid-range and in the bottom. This thing pulls nice and hard on the street. And then my 675 is just a perfect track weapon. It's already, like, basically perfectly set up. I don't really feel the need to do anything to it, really, even though a lot of people want me to get an exhaust for it. My god, this road is so bumpy and shitty. Oh my god, could we please make it end? Jeez. Right, so wrapping up, final thoughts on the leader bike thing, because I do want to talk about other stuff too in this video. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it'll make sense for me, honestly. 675 is plenty fast on the track. You really get to use so much of it on the street or on the track, and you get to really push it really hard, you know? It's the school of thought why some guys will actually go from like a leader bike back to like a 300 on the track, because they just want something that they can just flog the living hell out of and get really good with their technique. And while I don't necessarily want to go back to a 300 to go for the track, because I do still want that torque and power and refinement of the Super Sport package, I feel like the 300s, you have to do quite a bit to them to get them to feel nice and trackable. The suspension's super bouncy on them. The power's just not there. There's so many little things you got to do to make them, in my personal opinion, okay, don't get all mad at me. In my personal opinion, there's so many things you got to do to get them to a good place on the track, where something like a 600 or a 675, you know, they're ready to go. You just go to the track with them. They're done. Just have fun. And I like that a little more. And I like the fact that they have that extra, they have not a little extra power, they have a lot more power, and you can really utilize it, you know? So yeah, I think for now, I really don't see myself getting a leader bike anytime soon for any reason. Yeah, I mean, I did just buy the 675R, my second one, but I don't see, I don't know, I really don't see a need for me to get one. I don't really feel the need to get, I have no desire to get one. I like the way they sound and the way they look, and I know they're super fast. I've ridden plenty of them, trust me. They're really fast and they're really fun. But it's just not something that I'm looking to do right now. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go for the leader bike path. Anyways, what else do I want to talk about? This is the first vlog I'm doing, weirdly enough, that I'm out in the daytime with the new freshly painted FZ. So I'm gonna stop for a sec and take a look at it so you guys can see some of the details on it. Because it does look pretty good. It looks pretty good. I gotta say, I think I did a pretty good job with it. Why is everyone switching over to the left? What's going on? Wow, they are really building it up over there. Holy crap. Let's get inside there and take a look. I haven't been up here in Frisco in a couple months now. Every time I ride up here, it's different. It's crazy. Look at all this over here. Why did they go with this design, though? That's, why did they do that? Why didn't they go with something a little more contemporary? What the hell is all this? Why does it look like SMU? This is so weird. There's so many stop signs. Oh my god, this design is traditional. Why did they do this? Why didn't they make... See, here's the thing. When I went down in Australia, every new development that I saw was like these really cool, sleek, modern, minimalist, square... Like, I mean, I'm biased because I personally like that design more. I just don't know why they went with this stuff here. It's like a recreational center. There are so many units here. This is insane. Got like a mixed rental, like purchase. There's some homes over here. These homes have been really popular lately. These more like colonial, like long style homes. Usually here in North Texas, we build these like really wide, just like country looking homes. But now we're doing this more like colonial, like long style. That one has 2 houses on it. What the fuck? That's insane. It's got like a guest house in the back. Probably at least in the 600s here. There's like a whole neighborhood back here. All these McMansions. Oh, that's so weird. It's weird to come back to Frisco after being away from the opulence for so long. Because I grew up in one of these neighborhoods, and it wasn't houses like this. They were a little more modest, but they were similar to this. And geez, coming back now, you realize like it's so much excess. It's so much excess. I don't know if that's a paradigm that people of my generation are going to kind of upset, but I don't really feel the need to buy a 5,000 square foot house, you know? I'd rather buy like a couple rentals and have my own place that's like modest. Like, why do you need such a ginormous house? And the other problem is too, people, for whatever reason, they'll go and talk to their lender and be like, oh, what can I get approved for? And it's like, oh, the dad makes like $150K, the mom makes like $90K working some jobs. Like, oh, you guys can get a loan for $600K if you want. Why do you max it out? Why do you go and get the most possible amount of financing you can possibly get just because someone said you could? Bad idea. Bad idea. Whatever, what do I know, right? Well, that one looks pretty cool with the exposed wood. Like, it's not painted or anything. It is just excess, though. No one needs this amount of space. But hey, you know what? The market demanded it, apparently, right? They built these and people are living in them, so whatever. I think that's the interesting thing. You look at so many things that are built and developed and that exist, and you're just like, I know they exist for a reason, but it's like, fucking why? A perfect example of that is if you look at home building regulations. Let me back that up. If you look at elevator requirements in Texas, specifically North Texas, I don't know if this is like a county by county rule or something, or like a city by city rule, but if you look at each building, right, you'll notice that in Texas anyways, most apartment buildings are exactly 3 stories tall. Now, why is that? Do you think it's because the market has demanded that 3-story buildings are the best and most efficient? No, it's because there's a law that says any building over 3 stories is required to have an elevator. So because we have so much space, laterally speaking, horizontally speaking, right, people don't have to build up here, so they just cut costs and they just keep sprawling out to infinity. It's why DFW looks like a fucking concrete jungle from, you know, space. Fort Worth and Dallas are intermingling, and it's this giant, ugly sprawl. I'm not a fan of it personally. And if things were different, I probably wouldn't live in Texas, to be honest. Not that I don't like Texas, but it's not my favorite place in the world by any stretch of the imagination. But I have certain things that hold me here, namely a paycheck. It is mind-boggling how these homes all look the same, though. Like, I grew up in a neighborhood that looks just like this, and they all kind of look just like this. It's weird. Why are they so homogenous? I guess this is real estate time with Yammie Noob. Sorry, guys. I've always had a passion for homes, though, honestly. Ever since I was a little kid, I loved going in model homes and just thinking about architecture and homes and buildings. Is always very fun to me. I don't know, maybe in 10 or 15 years I'll be like, I think I do need a 5,000 square foot McMansion because I have so much money I don't know what to do with it. Diamond Point. Do you see what I'm saying? Look, it's literally a sea of these never-ending McMansions. If you look at North Texas from, like, above, it's crazy how mostly all of it is, like, just these houses. How do I get out of here? See, this looks almost exactly like the neighborhood I grew up in. These kind of houses, they're not as crazy as those other ones we saw. But, yeah, this is really... Where the hell am I? How do I get out of here? I just don't want to go in a construction site because there's nails and shit everywhere. And I have had enough of nails in my tire. My God. I've had enough for a lifetime. Oh, right. Let's do a quick pullover so you can see the blackness of this bike. Check this out in the daytime. It looks pretty good, even in the day. It needs a bit of a clean, but yeah, it's not bad. Could be worse. I think one of the coolest things was, well, you can still see a little bit of red right there. That's unfortunate, but I tried really hard to get the tape around the Yamaha. I think it's a good, like, 5-foot bike. About 5 feet, you're like, damn, that thing's super clean. Anyways, let's move on. And we need to get gas. And I need to pee. And that's probably where we'll end the vlog.